let's talk about spine stabilizing exercises. There are a lot of them, and I'm going to go right back to basics because a lot of this will depend on the condition of your spine and the extent to which it's been injured. If it's very deconditioned, you don't want to be putting a lot of force through it because the body simply won't allow you to, as I've just described and demonstrated, hopefully. And again, please do go and look up Golgi tendon organs and veneer thrusters and try out that example that I did with the kettlebell and the dumbbell. And what you should understand is that it's harder to lift a lighter weight than it is a heavier weight if it's unstable. So if you have a deconditioned spine, don't put a lot of force through it. We want to start training the muscles very lightly, and an easy, simple way to do that is just using the bird dog. Getting the glutes active, getting the lats active with the arm, getting the stomach muscles active to stabilize the spine. So that is the first thing to start doing. If you've got deconditioned muscles, deconditioned joint, make sure that you're using very light exercises. Another exercise in which you can build on top of it, you can come up onto your feet and very simply you can just tip forward, doesn't have to be a large tip, and come back. Tip forward and back. So just these little hip hinges, because what's happening here, as we hinge forward, multifidus, iliocostalis and longissimus, they have to contract to stop you from falling forwards like that. So the more we remain upright, those will be the muscles that are active. Obviously we can do one leg and then the other leg. So again, these are very basic, very simple exercises just to get these muscles active. So that's sort of part number one. If you've got a deconditioned spine, that will be the first thing, is making sure we've got the ability for those muscles to start working appropriately. What we can then start doing is we can start adding weight into things. So we can start moving into more hip hinges and more deadlifts. So we would come into that and we would start lifting. So we would only need to lift a nice light weight, but again, every time we hinge forward, we've got a little bit more load because we've now got a 12 kilo weight in our hands. So these are just very simple exercises in which you can start building some condition into your lower back. We're not worried about the strength of the muscle, we're worried about the stability of it. So what that means is that when we lift a leg, we maintain control, posture and alignment of the joint, but also we can feel the glute working. We can feel the glute working. We maintain posture, balance and alignment. We maintain posture, balance and alignment. That's the first thing to get with all of these exercises: posture, balance, alignment. When we come up onto one foot, posture, balance, alignment. On the other leg, posture, balance, alignment. That's going to start training stability into the muscles. When we come onto this, we will lose a bit of balance because we're on both feet, but we've got posture and alignment as we come down, plus we've got a little bit of load. So we would start adding load the further in we get. So we would start simple and then slowly build. Another great exercise, again, that doesn't really get talked about, is a suitcase carry. So we come out into this position. Now the reason why this is really good is because it's a dynamic movement, it's a bilateral movement. So as I step, every step that I take, muscles have to change how they work and which muscles are working. The more I hold the weight away from me, the harder it gets. So again, it's not about how strong you are, it's about how stable you are. And then how stable you are will allow you to become stronger. Because as in the first example, this will become stable and you'll be able to push it over the head. So we need to start thinking differently about what low back weakness is, or what what it's trying to tell us it wants. It doesn't want strength, it wants stability. Build the stability, put the strength on top. If you've enjoyed this content, please do hit the like button below. If you want to watch more tutorials like this, like I said, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. If you're struggling with lower back pain, you still need more help, please do click the link below, go through to my How to Overcome Lower Back Pain 4-part workshop, where we go into lots more detail about how to overcome lower back pain. What you also do is qualify for my group training, so you're not obliged to do it, but you are qualified for it. So if you want to overcome your lower back pain, please do click the link below, go through to the workshop, get started, and start learning about the whole process.